Hello everyone. So for this video we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to be talking about Indian narrative painting, and as I was thinking about how to talk to you guys about how you could do this project if you chose to do an Indian narrative painting, I realized it's really kind of hard for me to tell you how to do this project because the basis of this project is that it's an image that tells a story. And where do you get the story from? Well, you choose it or you write your own. And so it's hard for me to tell you how to do this whenever everybody's going to have a different story that they're telling in their painting. So for this video, we're just going to look at a couple of Indian narrative paintings so that we can see some of the characteristics that they share. So we're going to start with this one. The first thing that you need to realize is that these paintings all tend to have a pretty high horizon line, so where the land meets the sky. In these paintings, it's usually up pretty high, and that gave the artist a lot of room down here to work with so that they could show the subjects of the painting and the action that they're doing. They had all this room down here to work with instead of putting the horizon line closer to the center, which would be more traditional. The next thing you need to realize is how detailed these paintings are. So you can see in the women's dresses these really nice patterns, and you can see that the fabric that they're wearing is actually sheer because when it goes over the dress, you can still see the dress underneath it, and it changes colors. It's got this really nice pattern. You can see the all the little details in the leaves back here, in these palm fronds, details in the patterns on the curtain, these little details in this guy's headscarf. You've got a cool pattern on the floor here, detailing in the wood carving, everything. Up here, decorative elements. They're very highly detailed. And then if you just look at this, if you just take a second to look and kind of see what's going on, you can tell that there's a story here, right? So you have one woman showing a photo of two people to another woman, and you get the sense that they're probably discussing the people in this photo. And then this guy over here is kind of peeking around the curtain like he's eavesdropping on the conversation that's going on between these two women, which is really kind of an interesting story. You kind of want to know more about what's going on here, right? So you can see that there's something going on, some kind of story behind this painting, and that's the point of this project. That's why it's hard for me to show you how to do this project, because I don't know what story you're going to want to tell. Does that make sense? I hope so. Here I'm just going to zoom in on this guy so we can see it. I know it's a bit blurry, so apologies for that. But again, we have this high horizon line, which gives the artist all this space down here to work with. Again, really richly detailed patterns in the leaves. All kinds of different, flora, kinds of different plants. And we've got some birds flying. We've got some kind of building here. We've got a whole procession of people. You get the idea that this is, that they're having some kind of party, like a picnic or something, and it looks like people are traveling over to talk to this guy who's sitting on the other side of this box over here. There's just a lot of stuff going on. people talking, people, it looks like there's either a conflict going on over here or they're helping this guy. You can just really tell that there's a story behind this painting, right? These guys are helping this lady up the hill. Looks like they're coming to see this guy, right? So again, high horizon line, high level of detail, obvious storytelling going on. You have to think about the people who were looking at this whenever they were painted. Most of them wouldn't have been able to read. And so they would get their information orally through somebody telling them the story, or visually through something like one of these narrative paintings. Again, high horizon line, lots of space for the artist to work with, high level of detail, obvious story going on. This person looks like they have traveled to some sort of cave to speak with this guy who's sort of camped out here. We've got lots of detail in the flora. We've got some fauna, some animals hanging out down here. This person looks like a hunter or a warrior because they have a bow and a quiver of arrows. And they've got like a partner over here who's kind of walking away. You can tell that there's something going on, that there's some kind of background story. So that's what we're looking for from your project as well. Here's another one. High horizon line, high level of detail, obvious story going on. Look at all the different fabrics that are shown here, right? Different plants. We have some birds. We have, I can't tell if that's a cat or a dog laying on the floor down there. High level of detail in the decorative elements. Look at this rug that they're all standing on. Really, really nice. So, we've got a lady who is in a chair being attended to by all of her her ladies in waiting here. She looks like she's getting a pedicure on her foot down here. Oh, maybe she's getting some henna painted on her foot, and she's checking herself out in the mirror while her other friends, her other ladies in waiting, her servants, her family, whatever's going on here, they're helping her get ready. So this lady is bringing her a little urn of something. This lady has a dish. This lady's carrying these peacock feathers. Lots and lots of detail. Lots of storytelling going on in this piece. In this one we see a battle scene. High horizon. These dudes up here at the top, clearly talking about something, maybe having a meeting, maybe they're the leaders of the two groups that are fighting. And down here the battle is raging. We've got soldiers on horses, cavalry. We've got guys out here with swords and hand weapons and all the action kind of going on out here. Got lots of detail in the rocks, lots of detail in the garments that the soldiers are wearing, lots of detail in the gear that the horses have on, different patterns in the flags. Okay, so again, there's obviously a backstory to this painting. Okay, in this one, we see high horizon line, high level of detail. Look at these leaves. Look at these lily pads and lotus flowers, the birds, the rocks. And we have some people meeting with some monkey creatures, it looks like. And so there's obviously some kind of story going on. This guy's got a fire started. He's warming his hands. Looks like these two are having a discussion about something. This one appears to have his hands tied up. So there's obviously some kind of deeper meaning to this painting. There's obviously something going on. Okay, so this is our final piece that we have to review for this video. So hopefully after going through these pieces, you'll have kind of a better understanding of what Indian narrative painting looks like. You do not have to draw yours in this particular style exactly. You can take it as inspiration. But if you want to do an Indian narrative painting, the elements you're going to want to incorporate are going to be this high horizon line, so that there's lots of space down here for you to tell your story. Lots of details in plants or your scenery, whatever you have. This one's outdoors, so we have a lot of plant material. When we go back to this one, there's a really high level of detail on the moldings and things on the building. So just keep that in mind. Here's a better view of the detail. So just think about that whenever you are getting ready to do this project. Okay. And you're going to want to have some kind of story. It can be a story that already exists that you're retelling, or it could be a story that you've made up. Definitely, whenever you submit your assignments, let us know what your story is. You don't have to type out the whole thing if you don't want to. You could just be like, you know, this is from a fairy tale about an old lady who lives in the woods, or whatever. It'd be kind of interesting to see where you guys got your inspiration from. So that's it, and I hope that if you choose to do an Indian narrative painting, that you really enjoy it. Thanks, guys. Bye.